Hey everybody, video here for you today, and we are going to go down to Quebec, Canada and add one to my Ancient America series. And this is the area of the world this discovery comes from, and I've been following this for the past month or so. The gentleman's name is Steve, you're going to be hearing from, and his channel is right here. He started making these videos about a month ago, and I just found these pretty fascinating. Everything from circles made of stones to serpent type walls, and then a pyramid made from white quartz. And you remember my video from the Burnt Hill site in Massachusetts? There was a white quartz stone circle found. So what was the significance of that? But I was just impressed with Steve. He was just asking if anybody had their thoughts on this and just wanted some answers to these ruins that were found on this property, and they certainly seem to be similar to the ones that we find in New England and that area of the world. So I just thought this was fascinating. I haven't done a video on a mound site or anything like that in Canada since the Thunderbird Mound in Toronto. I'm going to share about an 8-minute clip of 3 different videos. Some of the information that is I thought was great info I'm going to leave out there for you to check out on his videos. And he has some good information about the mound sites and a good theory why we maybe find the mounds, and then maybe a few stone structures that I have talked about in Ohio and a few other places. But please check out his videos, and I will leave all the links below. Please go to his channel, subscribe, leave your opinions on his videos. And I know some of you know a lot about the stone ruins in New England, so he thinks these come from the same culture. I don't think they're modern at all. This comes from somebody we have lost track of. I have been corresponding with Steve since right before I left on vacation, so I wanted to get this video up while it is fresh in my mind. Steve, thank you for your correspondence, and I just think this is important for my Ancient America series. So I appreciate your videos. They were super well done for a guy who just kind of wanted to put this out there and get some answers and share it. So share I will. Here you go. Here is Steve.
Hi there, and welcome to the first of several short videos I'm going to be sharing with you in the hopes of starting a discussion to perhaps try to figure out what's going on with these very interesting and mysterious stone formations, or constructions rather, that I've come across here in the deep wilderness of my 500-acre property here in Quebec, Canada. So I'll try to make it quick. What first comes to mind, obviously, is a farmer's clearing pile. We see these all over the place. They're usually a pile of stones the farmers use to clear fields. They usually put them around a big tree or a big boulder, and that's it. There's 1 or 2 in a field, and they're tossed with as little as effort as possible just to clear the stones. There's many reasons here why I don't think those are that, and I'll start with just this pile, but as the videos evolve, you'll see that this pile is connected to other piles, which connects it to a larger formation or kind of site, we'll call it, that really, as you see each one, it becomes less and less likely that these are farmers clearing piles. I mean, the first and obvious thing is that this is like 7 or 8 feet tall, and it's a constructed wall. It's not just a pile. It's being actually put together with great care, and some of these boulders are huge, 200, 300, 400-pound boulders that have been constructed to pile this wall. From this angle here, it looks really straight. But overall it looks to have a circular shape, and if you have a look at the drone footage here, from above it's in fact a perfect circle. It's quite clear, it's really as circular as it can be, and that would have had to have been engineered with quite a bit of care, seeing as this is on quite a steeply sloped hillside. So to make something look like a circle, assuming it's not a total coincidence, to make something look like a circle from above on a steep slope, it would have to be engineered so that you're building basically an ellipse on the ground. Hi there, and thanks for checking out the second video that I'm making and sharing to document these interesting rock piles I've found here on my wilderness property in Quebec. I don't want to repeat myself too much, so in the first video I went over in detail a bunch of the reasons why I think it's highly unlikely that these were made by the European settlers here 150, 200 years ago. So I don't want to go over that all again. If you have questions about that, refer to the first video. We're on to the second video and the second rock construction. And what I want to do with the next two videos is to show how the first three constructs that I'm covering all have very well-intentioned and specific designs to their construction and how they differ, basically. And I think that's going to show some kind of insight into maybe who or why these were made. So this one I like to call Serpent construct because of its undulating walls. Now, if you'll remember in the first video, that pile is a very specific circular pile. It's 7 to 8 feet tall. As you saw from the drone footage, it's a perfect circle from above. It's about 20 feet in diameter. This one's totally different. This one's long and has a wave to it. That's why I call it Serpent Mound. It orients east. Yeah, east is right there, so lengthways it's pointing east. And you can't fully tell from that angle, but hopefully you can as I detail it a bit more with the video. But this has a very clear undulation here. It starts out that way, it comes in here, it undulates out here, and then it goes in here where I'm disappearing behind the camera, and it ends somewhere about here. Now, hi there. I've got another video for you here. This one is going to be a little different from the rest. Now, if you remember in the first 4 videos, I was basically trying to answer a question about the rock constructs up on the next hill over. And the question was, not are these human constructs, they clearly were, but the question was, were these made by the original European settlers, or were they made by someone, a previous unknown people? And it seems that answer has been found. Basically, through sharing those videos, I got so much feedback and different articles, an academic paper, which I will leave the link to here. And I'll just start now getting into some of the properties of this mound. It's about 30 feet tall, depending on where you choose to measure it. It's got these perfect angled triangle lines going up to the middle of the pyramid. It is also bizarrely constructed of mostly white quartz. So you can just brush aside leaves anywhere on this pile and you're going to find white quartz. And it's loose, like it's been piled. I haven't really dug into it, but I've yet to find any solid bedrock or even any solid earth. It's just piles and piles of rock. Now here we are at the peak, and you can see on the whole southern side, it's strikingly conical at the base, like a very nice circular shape there. And it seems to be aligned to the north, where on the north side, it appears there is a step up. A lot of these mounds and even pyramids are step pyramids, and they have like a mini pyramid approaching on one side, traveling up to the highest peak of it. This seems to have that. So here's the point. If this turns out to be a human constructed mound, then I'm quite sure we have a really significant world archaeological site here that needs some serious investigation because it has all elements. It has, from the first videos, it has a perfect circle construct, a serpent-like construct, a construct with octagon angle, and they're arranged in a large circle with 11 mounds with a circumference of about almost a kilometer. Now, if we have this also on the same site, I think that's a first, actually. And so it would be great if you could help me figure that out.